just want to make sure that it was done. Are you going to get extra bailiffs when you bring up the other witness?
No, I'll just stand by over here.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to, I can.
No, I'm going to leave that up to y'all, but I didn't know what to plan for. All right, let the record reflect the defendant's present with his attorney as well as counsel for the state. Are there any matters we need to address before we resume?
No, sir.
Very well. Bring in the jury, please. Proceed. You may call your next witness.
Well, the state would call C. Gonzalez.
Ma'am, if you would please stand, place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Gonzalez. I'm going to ask you to speak loudly and slowly into that microphone so that everybody can hear you, okay?
Okay.
Would you please tell this jury who you are?
My name is Celia Gonzalez.
Ms. Gonzalez, do you know David Gonzalez?
Yes, he's my brother.
Do you know Juan Hernandez?
Yes.
How do you know Juan?
From a long time ago, years.
Back in December of 2012, was your brother David living with you?
Yes.
Okay. And how about Mr. Hernandez? Was he also living with you and David?
Yes.
Where was this that you all were living?
868 Green Pine.
Okay. Is Green Pine Drive near Colonial Drive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is this down south of Raleigh here in the Garner area?
Yes.
Back on the night of December 4th of 2012, did you get involved in an incident where both David and Juan, an incident where Juan was actually injured?
Yes.
Okay. Would you explain to this jury, how did this start? How did the three of you all get together, you and David and Juan?
Well, from what I remember, December 4th, around 7, we were going to go do laundry. And we were just waiting for Juan to arrive from work so he could have gone with us. And when he arrived, I remember him telling me that there was a car passing by. And I was like, well, I don't know who it could be. And we just got in the car, and then he said it again, that it kept passing by. And so we went towards the way the truck was going. And it was like on the turn when we saw that the truck had already turned around and he was facing us. And that's when just Juan just reversed to the stop.
First of all, you said about 7 o'clock. Is that AM or PM?
PM.
Was it dark outside or light?
It was dark.
Green Pine Drive, is that basically kind of like a U street that goes across Old Stage Road?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so does it actually have 2 entrances onto Old Stage Road to get onto Green Pine?
Yes.
When you all first left the house there, the 3 of you all, did you all turn towards Old Stage Road or away from it?
Away from.
Okay. And is that what you said you were going towards the truck?
Yeah.
How far did y'all get before you saw the truck coming back towards you?
We weren't that close to that truck. It was just a couple feet away. I don't remember.
A couple feet away?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just that we can get an idea. I mean, were y'all like almost bumper to bumper, or was there like a car distance between
No,
you?
like a car distance between.
Okay, that's fine. And I think you said that Juan started going in reverse. Is that correct?
Yes.
Where did y'all go from there?
Well, when we got out from Green Pine, the street, it was Old Stage, and when we was right there in the stop sign, one of the guys, well, the drivers from the truck, I remember him pulling his window down, and he asked where was Sancho at.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that.
Do you know who Sancho is?
Yes.
Who's that?
My brother.
Is that David?
Yes.
And was he in the car with you?
Yes.
Who's driving the car you're in?
Juan
Okay. Where are you seated?
in the back.
Right side or left side?
I don't remember.
That's fine. How about David? Where was David?
He was in the passenger seat.
Okay. If you recall, were you behind David or behind Juan?
I think I was behind Juan.
That would be on the driver's side, the left side, correct?
Yes.
Where was the laundry that you all were going to be doing?
Well, it was pretty much 10 minutes away.
I'm sorry, that's where the laundromat was?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the basket of laundry that you all, or bags of laundry that you all were going to do? Where were they in the car?
They were in the back where I was sitting at.
Okay. Next to you?
Yes.
What happened after you heard the driver of the truck asking for Sancho?
Could you repeat the question?
What happened after you heard this person from the truck ask for Sancho?
Nothing really. It's just they just kept asking, and Juan was replying to them, "Why are you looking for him? Why you want him? Who are you?"
Was this while y'all were still on Old Stage Road?
Yes.
Okay. Where did Juan go, or where did you all go then once you got to Old Stage Road?
Like it's 2 minutes away from Green Pine. There's a little neighborhood that we went into. It's on our left.
You turned left into it?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened when you turned left?
It's actually like a T, so we made a U-turn on it.
You're
Facing.
talking about a T. You're talking about a T intersection between streets?
No, when we went into that neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean. But the T, are you talking about a T kind of intersection between streets? I'm trying to get an idea of what you mean by the T.
Like when we went to that neighborhood, it was down the hill. It was like a dead end, but it was like T. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, near where that dead end was there another street that went across it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is that where you made your U-turn?
Yes.
What happened when you all made that U-turn?
When we made the U-turn, we were facing Old Stage Road, and that's when the truck arrived, and so we were facing headlights to headlights.
That's what you recall?
Yes.
All right. What happened at that point?
At that point, the truck came beside us. It was like it kind of like got in our way, so we wouldn't laugh or pass them.
Okay. And where?
We just stood there.
Okay. So when you all finally stopped, the vehicles are all stopped. Are y'all still pointing headlights to headlights?
No, we're like beside each other.
Okay. What happened at that point?
At that point, the driver guy, he came out and he went up to us on Juan's window because it was down, and he asked for Sancho a few times. Yeah.
And you're talking about the driver of the truck?
Yes.
Can you describe this truck that you saw? What did it look like?
It was a white truck. I remember that. It was like you have to open the front doors to open the back ones. I remember it had like a piece of wood in the back.
So it was a pickup truck?
Yes.
And what color was it?
White.
When that driver got out of the truck and came up to Juan's window, did he have anything in his hands that you saw?
Not that I saw at that moment, but it seemed like he was hiding something.
How so? Like, what was he doing to make you think that?
Like he has his arm like right here somewhere.
Could she be allowed to stand up to show?
She may.
Just stand up and show what you saw that made you think that.
Like he just had it like right here. I don't remember if it was front here, it was back here. Something like that.
When he got up to the, you said he came up to Juan's window, is that right?
Yes.
So that's the driver's window for the car you're in?
Yes.
And the car you're in, was that a two-door or a four-door car?
It's a 4-door.
And you're in the back seat at this time?
Yes.
When that driver from the truck came up to Juan's window, was Juan still in the car?
Yes, he was.
What happened then when, after that driver got up to Juan's window?
Well, Juan stepped out and he just stood in front of the door.
Did he leave the door open or did he close it?
He closed it right behind him. He was against the door.
Okay. What happened then?
He was just asking for Sancho.
Who was asking for something?
The driver from the truck.
Okay. At that point, was he the only one that was outside from that truck, that came outside of that truck?
No, I remember 2 more came out from the left side from the truck.
When did they come out?
Like, when Juan stepped out the car, I saw them going towards him.
Did they come up to the window where Juan was? The other two that got out of the truck?
No.
Are y'all just in the middle of the street when all this is going on?
Yes.
Where's David during this time?
He was in the car in the passenger seat.
Front or back?
Front.
After the 2 other people got out from the truck and Juan's talking with the driver, what happens at that point?
Well, I remember when Juan got out, he just went to the side from the car with the driver, and I guess they were arguing or something. I couldn't really hear.
Okay. Was Juan's window still down?
Yes, it was still down.
Were the other people that got out from the truck talking with Juan as well?
Yeah.
So what happened, and then what happened?
When Juan was in the back side of the car, I saw that they started fighting.
Who started fighting?
Juan was fighting with, I don't know who, it was one of the guys.
Could you tell whether or not it was that driver from the truck?
No, I could not tell.
Okay. After that, when that fight broke out, what did you see happen at that point? Or what did you do at that point?
Well, I was still in the back. In the back seat of the car. I didn't know what to do. And, and I don't know. It's just that I don't remember good.
Okay. Let me ask it this way then. Did you see this whole fight that happened between Juan and that person that he got in the fight with?
No, I did not see.
Okay. You did see it start though?
Yes.
Okay. When the fight broke out, did the person at Juan's window, did he leave to go join the fight?
When he was fighting, I remember that I jumped to the driver's seat, and a guy came, and he just like pointed the gun at me.
Let's talk about that a little bit then. Could you tell what kind of gun that was?
No, I could not.
Could you describe it? Tell us what it looked like?
I just know it was a handgun.
Okay. Could you tell what color it was?
No, I think it was black.
You indicated before that point you jumped in the driver's seat, is that right?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I guess let's go get help or something. I mean, the person was already hurt, so why are we going to wait there and wait for them to come and hurt us too when we could leave and get help or something?
And when you say someone was already hurt, who are you talking about?
Juan, because I didn't know what they were doing to him. It seemed like a lot of guys were jumping him and stuff.
So the guy with the gun, does he come before or after you jumped into the driver's seat?
After I jumped,
Okay. How close did he get to you with that gun?
I don't remember, but he was kind of close.
Well, did the gun ever touch you?
No, it was just near me.
How near you?
Like, it was like right here.
Is that where it was pointed?
Yeah.
Where was it pointed?
It was like right here somewhere.
Is that you pointing to your head?
Yeah.
Did he do anything else when he pointed that gun at your head?
Well, the car was on, so he just like reached in and turned it off.
The guy with the gun?
Yes.
The guy who did all that, the guy with the gun who reached in and turned it off, was he the same driver that you saw him get that got out of the truck the first time to talk to Juan?
Yeah, I think it was him.
Did you know who that was?
Not at that point.
Okay. You've learned a name since then?
Yes.
Okay. After that person turned your vehicle off, what happened then?
I don't know. I think he got distracted by something was going on in the back or in the fight. And he went over to go see what was going on. I think I heard someone yelled at him. So that's when he turned back and went to go help, or I don't know what was going on in the fight.
Okay. What did he do?
I don't know what he did, but as soon as he left, my brother turned on the car and we just left.
Where did y'all go?
We went to my house in Green Pine.
Does that take very long to get there from where y'all were?
No, it was just 2 minutes away.
And what did y'all do when you got back to Green Pine?
Well, I remember that we had a phone on us, so on the way there, we were already calling 911.
Why were you calling 911 before you even got back to your place?
I mean, I was just trying to call as soon as I could.
Did you hear any gunshots while you were out there?
When we left that scene, yeah, like 4 more.
I was gonna ask, that's about how many shots you heard, about 4?
Yeah.
Um, Did you see who was shooting out there?
No, I did not see.
Okay. Besides the driver of that vehicle, did you see anybody else with a gun out there in that location?
No.
Okay. Did you recognize any of those people that had gotten out of the truck?
Yes.
Who did you recognize?
Israel.
How do you know Israel?
I know him from school.
Okay. And do you know Israel's last name?
Vasquez.
And could you tell whether or not did Israel have any kind of weapon or gun in his hand when you saw him?
I could not tell.
Did you see him inside the truck or outside the truck?
Outside the truck.
Did you talk to Israel at all?
Just a couple times before that.
I'm sorry, Brett, bad question. At that time, while you're out there at the scene, since you recognize him, did you talk to Israel out there?
No.
You were talking about beforehand, like in school or some other time?
Yeah.
What were you talking? How many people altogether did you see get out of that white pickup truck?
Like 4.
And when you left that scene, where were those 4 people? Where were they located?
In the back of our car. They were in the fight.
Is that where the fight was occurring, behind you all?
Yeah.
Um, After you got back to Green Pine, you said you had already been calling 911, but what did y'all do when you got back to Green Pine?
We just let my family know what was going on, what had happened.
So what did y'all do?
Well, I stood there and my brother went back to the scene in the car.
Did you stay there at Green Pine then?
Yes, I stood there.
Okay. Did you eventually go back to that scene to check on Juan?
Yeah, I went back.
When did you go back?
Like 5 minutes later after David left.
Okay. Why did you go back to that scene?
Because since he didn't came back, I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, I'm going to go see what was happening.
Okay. Was it just you that went back?
No, it was like I came back with the group.
When you got back to that scene with that group, what did you see?
That polices and ambulances were arriving.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see Juan there at the scene?
Yes.
Could you tell what had happened to Juan?
Well, he was like saying that he had been shot in the foot, and I saw his head was bleeding.
Was Juan taken then to the hospital by the ambulance that was there?
Yes.
Okay. Did you go with him?
Yes.
How did you get to the hospital?
In the ambulance with
You rode
him?
in the ambulance with him?
Yeah.
Were you there when they took off his boot off of the foot where he was shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see that bullet, the projectile that the paramedic found in the shoe?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Do you know what this altercation or what the fight or anything was about that was out there that night of December the 4th, 2012?
No, I did not know.
Were you involved in any kind of the altercation or the prior problems that your brother David was having with that gang down, the PRS gang or Serenia 13 gang?
No.
Okay. Were you aware of the some of the problems that your brother David was having with that gang?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, were you present at your home on Green Pine when the rock was thrown through the window?
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Tell us what you remember happening when the rock was thrown through the window.
Well, that night, it was kind of like an afternoon day. I remember that I heard someone throwing rocks at my window. And so, like, I didn't want to look because I was scared. I was like, I don't know who's out there. And then I heard they kept throwing more. So I went to go tell my brother, and then my mom and everybody, and so we all went outside. And we saw that it was a van, like, pulling off. And I don't know, I just saw it coming back again.
Did you hear your brother David when he said calling out to them and kind of yelling at them as they were pulling away?
I don't remember.
Okay. But you did see, did the van stop though?
Yeah.
Come back. What happened when the van stopped?
When it stopped, I saw 2 guys came out and 2 girls.
Okay. Did you know any of those people?
I knew the 2 girls.
Okay. Who were the girls?
One of them, her name is, do I tell you the real names or nicknames?
Whatever. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can give us nicknames if you prefer.
One of them were Giggles and the other one was Troubles.
Okay. Was one of those girls, if you know, did one of them used to date your brother David?
Yes, one of them did.
Which was that, Giggles or Troubles?
Giggles.
Okay. And so, and if you know, at the time that this incident was occurring, was your brother David still dating that girl?
I don't think he was.
Okay. Do you know when they had broken up, like how soon or how far away, before this happened, did they break up?
I did not know. I don't know.
But were you aware that at that time that your brother was not dating her anymore?
Yes.
Did you know any of the 2 guys that got out of the van?
I know one of the guys was Giggles' boyfriend.
The new boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know his name?
Yeah, but I don't remember it right now.
Okay. Was it Casper?
Yes, it was Casper.
What happened when they all got out of the van?
My brother got into a fight with Casper.
Did you see that?
Yes.
During the fight, and that certainly can be sort of subjective, but did you think that your brother was getting the better of Casper in the fight?
Yes.
What happened after the fight?
I remember that when they were fighting, the guy was going to come in and help Casper because I guess my brother was getting the better of it.
The other guy from the van you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. And so what happened?
And so when he was going to get into it, my mother's boyfriend, he came out. And once he saw he came out, the other guy just stepped back.
What happened then?
They kept fighting for like a few minutes. Then after, I think the girlfriend saw the boyfriend bleeding, so she was telling him to get up for them to leave already. And she just grabbed him and took him.
Did they leave at that point in the van?
Yeah.
Were you here yesterday when your brother David testified in this matter?
Yes.
I don't know if you recall him talking about some other incidents that occurred where some shots had been fired near your house and a car was set on fire. Do you recall him talking about that?
Yes.
Were you present for those incidents as well?
Yes.
Would you tell this jury, first of all, let's deal about, this time when shots were fired around your house. What happened?
Well, it would be different days that we will hear like gunshots outside our house. Um, but it was, I don't remember what time it was that day. That I don't remember if I was home, but I heard that the car was on fire.
Okay, you jumped to the next incident, right? You're talking about the car fire?
Yeah.
Okay. So were you actually present when the car was set on fire?
No,
Like,
I don't think
did
so.
you personally see it?
I don't remember.
Okay. But did you become aware from your family that one of y'all's cars was set on fire?
Yes.
When you got back to the scene where Juan was, after coming back from Green Pine, was that white truck still on the scene when you got there?
No, I was not there.
Okay. Was David back at the scene at that time?
I remember that he was like all the way in the back with one of the polices.
Thank you, ma'am. I don't have anything further.
Mr. Cutler.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mrs. Gonzalez.
Good morning.
I want to make sure I understand. So there was initially some conversation from the driver asking where is Sancho
Yes.
before you went down the hill and made a U-turn?
Yes.
Where, how did that happen?
Well, it was not actually there. It was at the at the stop sign at Green Pine and Stroll stage.
Where was the truck in relation to where the car was that you were in when that was said?
Could you repeat that?
Well, tell me where you were when you heard the driver ask for Sancho.
Where was I at?
Or where was the car that you were in at?
It was on Old Stage, and they were on Green Pine.
Were you stopped?
Yes, we were stopped.
Okay. You stopped at a stop sign?
We were not. They were at the
Okay.
stop sign.
So when you were driving by, that's when the driver said something about Sancho?
Yes.
Okay. Did y'all stop at that point?
No, we went on to the neighborhood right there.
Okay, so there was not any discussion at that point from by Juan with the driver of the truck about why are you asking for Sancho?
No.
Okay. So the only words that were exchanged initially was the driver asking where is Sancho?
Yes.
Okay. The driver of the white truck, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I believe you said you went down and the truck came up and pulled up beside you?
Yeah. Yes.
And you pulled up a little bit, or your vehicle, Juan pulled the vehicle up a little bit?
It was beside each other, but we were a little bit more like pulled up from it.
So you could see the truck beside you, but you weren't even?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like that.
So from where you were seated, was the truck to your right or to your left?
It was on my left.
And could you see a part of the truck out your window? Was it beside you?
Yes,
What part of the truck were you facing when you looked out your window?
the back side of the truck, like the back doors.
So still the passenger area, not the bed of the truck?
It was the driver's side, but the back.
But the back, but still you could see the doors where people would get in and out of the truck?
Yes,
Okay. And I believe you said that initially the driver of the truck got out and came over to your car? Or
yes.
did he just stand at his door, or did he come over to the driver's side of your door,
He
of your car?
came over to the driver's side.
Okay. And Juan was in the vehicle at that time?
Yes.
And what do you recall him saying when he came to your driver's side window?
He was saying, "Where's Sancho?" He was like, "Is he there?" I guess in the car or something.
Was he saying it in a friendly tone, like he was looking for a friend?
No,
How was he saying it?
like in an aggressive way.
Okay. And I believe you said that's when Juan got out of the car
Yes,
and shut the door,
yes,
and they started talking and arguing?
yes.
Did you see, what was the first time you saw a gun out there?
Could you repeat that?
When did you first see the driver with a gun?
I did not see at that moment.
Okay. So you testified earlier, you got in the front seat at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Had you seen the gun before the gun was pointed at your head?
No.
Okay. You said you saw other people get out of the truck as well?
Yes.
Was that when you were sitting in the back seat?
Yes.
And did they get out of the driver's side of the truck?
No, they all came out through the passenger side.
Where were they when you saw them?
When I saw them, they were coming off the truck. They stood behind our car.
Okay, so you saw them, you had to look back behind where you were seated to see them?
Yeah, it was like the back, and it was kind of on the side too.
Did you see any of them come around the back of the truck, which would be the front of your car?
Yes, I saw one of them did.
Okay. So one person came around from the back of the truck,
Yes.
and do you remember who that was, or did you recognize that person?
I didn't know who it was.
You testified earlier you did recognize Israel
Yes.
as being out there?
Yes.
So that was not Israel that came around the back of the truck?
No.
Was Israel the driver?
No.
Okay. Where did you see Israel?
Well, I saw him come off from the back, and he went towards the front of the car with the truck.
When you say off of the back, where did you see him get out of the truck from?
On the back side of the passenger seat.
So how could you see on the other side of the truck?
Like, he stood kind of behind the truck, but not all the way, but it was like in the middle. I don't know how to explain it.
Could you see over the bed of the truck?
Yes, you could see, and that's where I saw him at.
Okay. And so you saw him when you were still seated in the back of your car?
Yes.
So you saw, but he's not the one that walked around between the two vehicles?
No.
Okay. So that's 3 people that you saw. Did you see a 4th person?
Yeah, I saw like 4 or 5 of them, but
Okay. So there were you saw a lot of people?
yeah, I saw a lot of people.
And did you see any more towards the back of the truck other than the 2 you've talked about?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
all in the back.
All right. So they would come, you saw them in the back of their truck over the bed? You
No,
could
they
see
were
them?
in front of their truck behind our car.
All right. So did you turn and look to try to see what was going on?
Yes.
All right. And was that after Juan started fighting with someone?
That was before
Okay.
we started fighting.
Okay. Did you recognize any of those people that you saw?
Moises.
Now, Moises,
Yeah.
did you know Moises before that day?
I didn't know his name, but I've seen him.
Okay. Where did you see him?
He was a driver.
Okay. Did you see anyone else that you recognized?
No, but I heard them saying Pablo, and Pablo, I knew it was Trigger.
Okay. You did not know who Trigger was that day?
Yes, I knew who it was.
Did you recognize him?
I did not see him.
Okay. You don't remember seeing him?
I don't remember.
Did you see anyone else with a gun other than Moises?
No.
Could you tell what anybody was wearing?
They were all like in dark colors, black hoodies and everything.
Okay. Did you see anyone wearing like a mask?
No.
Do you remember what Juan was wearing that day?
Well, he still had his work clothes on, so he was wearing all white with steel boots.
Okay. What does he do?
He does painting.
Okay. So once you move to the front seat, that is when Moises put the gun up to your head? Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember what he said?
He was like, where y'all going? And he was like, do you know Sancho?
Did you answer him?
I don't remember if I did.
Were you afraid?
Yeah.
And then I believe you said at some point, and he reached in and turned the car off. Is that correct?
Yes.
How long did he stand there at the window with the gun pointed at you?
Just a few seconds. It wasn't that long.
Okay. And then you think maybe he got distracted or he left the window?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember anybody calling for him?
Yes, I heard someone calling for him.
Do you remember what they said?
No, I think they were just saying A or something. I don't know.
Didn't say a name?
No.
Okay. And that's when, I think you said, David started the car?
Yes.
And did he tell you to go, or did you just...
I just left.
Okay. And do you remember at what point when you were leaving that you heard the shots?
As soon as we left from that neighborhood, we went into Green Pine.
But at what point did you hear the shots?
We had already left from there. I just remember that.
You had already pulled away when you heard did you hear gunfire?
Yes.
Do you remember where you were in relation to your home in the car?
I think we were already in our neighborhood.
So did you think they were shooting at you?
No.
Okay. You were far enough away that you were already out of sight?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear anyone from the other vehicle say any names?
Yes.
What names did you hear?
I just heard Pablo.
Okay. Did you hear trigger?
I don't remember.
Okay. But you never saw the person that you know as Pablo actually out there that night?
I don't remember seeing him.
Okay. And so you talked a little bit about, you saw your brother and David and Casper fighting after your window was your window busted out by a rock?
Yes.
Okay. And David beat him up pretty good, would you say?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. And was that around the time of that fight, was that around the time that you were having problems with people firing shots at your house?
Yes, it was.
Do you know if since Moises was asking for Sancho, did you know why he was wanting to talk to him or find him?
No.
Okay. Did it appear he wanted to do him harm based on the way he was acting?
Yes.
Okay. Did you all move from Green Pine at some point after the assault?
Yeah, we moved a week later.
Okay. And what general area did you move to?
Yeah, I'll object to that.
Sustained.
Did you stay in the area that you were living?
No.
Okay. Did you move a substantial distance away? I mean, just in general, did you move just like a mile away, or did you move several miles away?
Several miles away.
Okay. So were you living near Colonial Drive at the time in January, around January 5th?
Nowhere near.
Okay. Had you been to Colonial Drive?
Yes.
Well, let me finish. Had you been to Colonial Drive since you moved from Green Pine?
No.
You said yes. So had you been to Colonial Drive, that area, prior to moving?
I've been there before, but not after we moved.
Okay. Why did you live there?
No, my brother did, so I will go over and visit him.
Okay. So I believe he testified that was back in 2011? Does that sound about right?
I don't remember what year it was.
Okay. But it was it before the December, I mean, it was, how long before the December when Juan was assaulted, that situation? Was it just a few months, or did it seem longer than that?
I don't remember.
Okay.